Hello everyone, and we made it to video number 5 of the series. If you are just starting here, please go back and watch videos 1 through 4 because they will explain all of the breakdowns that we use to get to this point. And today we're going to do a short yoga sequence, so if you're not ready to practice, you can press pause here and come back when you want to put it all together. So, to begin, let's start in a child's pose. Press your hips back towards your heels, walk your hands forward, let your head fall toward the mat. Start to tune into your breath here. Take in everything that you learned in this series. And know that you can always go back and watch something if you forgot. But we're going to try to use all of the things that we learned to go forward into our practice and understand how to connect to our bodies in a very safe and effective way. So let everything else go. And start to deepen your breath. Slowly start to walk yourself up and come into a tabletop position, hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Fingers spread wide. Gaze forward with a neutral spine. We're going to do a few cat-cows here to warm up our spine. So you can press into your hands, curl your back for cat pose. Bring your chin toward your chest. Pull your belly in and up. And then inhale, come forward. Open your chest forward, drop your belly toward the mat for cow pose. And you can do this motion to your own breath as fast or as slow as you would like to get your body warmed up. Remember to engage your core. Remember to try to keep your breaths and your movements succinct. And then when you're ready, you can come to a neutral spine. As a transition, we're going to press up into a down dog, but then we're just going to step forward. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees as much as you need to. You can even separate your feet a little bit if that feels better for you. And then inhale, come all the way up to standing, hands at heart center. Now remember that sun salutation that we worked on. Inhale, your arms up, and exhale, engage your belly and fold. Let your head hang, bend your knees if you need to. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into your plank pose, top of a push-up, or lower your knees. Exhale. Come down to your belly, shoulders back, elbows in. Press the tops of your feet in the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale through plank to downward facing dog. Drop your knees if you need to. Come into child's pose if you need to. And if you're in downward dog with me, press into your hands, belly toward thighs, knees bent, heels toward the mat. Take 3 full and complete breaths here. And gaze forward. And either step forward or walk, whatever you need to do to get there. Come into your half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press into your feet. Come all the way up to standing. Hands at heart center. Okay, we're going to do that again as our warm up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. You do what you need to do here. Inhale, half lift. Place your hands, step back into your plank. Gaze forward, slowly lower down. Come up into your upward facing dog. Curl your toes. Downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, you can bend one knee and the other. You can pedal your legs out if that feels good. Maybe just move your hips back and forth. This is kind of a find your own adventure style, little movements you need. And then try to come back to stillness. Take a few cycles of breath here. And inhale your right leg back behind you. Exhale, bend your knee, bring it towards your chest, step it through for your lunge. Drop your back knee for a low lunge. Check your alignment here. Knee over ankle, and we're aiming for our knee to go toward the outer pinky toe. Gaze forward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands back down. Place your left hand under your left shoulder, and then we're going to inhale, twist, open to the right. Twist from your upper core, ribs, not your low back. Open to the right. So if your twist is here, that's fine. We're not injuring our low back today. Bring your hands back down to frame your front foot. This time we're going to press into our back foot and come into a high lunge. So if you have blocks or you need blocks, place them on either side of your front foot. Press into your back leg, lift your back knee. That leg straight and strong. Look at your foundation. Make sure everything is strong. Your hips are square, your legs your leg muscles are engaged, and your feet are pressing down into the mat. You can stay here or maybe lift all the way up into your high lunge. Take a few breaths here. And then exhale, come back down. You can get rid of your blocks. We're going to step back into a downward facing dog. You can do a vinyasa if you would like, if you want to try it. And then look forward, step forward, halfway lift, exhale, fold, inhale, reach all the way up, come up to standing, hands at heart center. Take a second to breathe here, and then inhale your arms up, exhale down, fold, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, plant your hands, step back into your version of plank, maybe do a chaturanga, come up into your upward facing dog, which is also a back bend, by the way. And then curl your toes, come into your downward facing dog for side 2. Keep everything engaged. Take a breath. Lift your left leg up and back behind you. Bring it all the way through. for your low lunge. Drop your back knee. Maybe walk your back knee back a little bit. Again, we talked about the pressure on our kneecap. You can fold your mat over if you need a little bit more support under that kneecap. Otherwise, stay here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Place your right hand under your right shoulder and then twist from your upper core open to the left. Remember to breathe. Remember to keep everything in the best alignment that you can. And then exhale your hand down. Now we're going to do our high lunge on the second side. So again, if you need your blocks, maybe you need your blocks here, wherever you need your blocks. Press into that back foot, get everything. Make sure your front knee is over your ankle and not going forward too much. Maybe everything is strong, you can press into your legs, keep them strong, reach up for high lunge. Stay here for a few breaths. And then exhale, lower your hands down. If you want to come through a vinyasa, that's what this looks like. And then meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, your right leg back behind you. Exhale, bring your knee through, step through for a lunge. This time we're going to go into high lunge, so if you need those blocks, leg, or just come up into your high lunge. I keep moving my little speaker guy around because I don't want it to keep hitting the antenna. Reach up with your hands. And then exhale, we're going to open up into Warrior Two. We haven't gone over Warrior Two yet. If you don't know what it is, just pay attention. Spin your back foot parallel with the short edge of the mat. This way, so you can see my face. So we're in our high lunge. Spin your back foot parallel just with the short edge of the mat. Front knee, it's still in that 90-degree position. Arms open. Now, press a lot into the back edge of your back foot. Feel it engage up through here. Keep bending into your front knee, coming as parallel as possible. Extend through your arms, belly in and up, ribs back. Extend your fingertips, gaze over your front fingertips. Hold this and breathe. And move back. So remember what side I'm on. All right, and then come back into your high lunge. Exhale, your hands down. Step back into a plank pose, maybe come into a vinyasa, and then meet back in our downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up and back behind you, step it through high lunge. If you've been using blocks, keep using them, or maybe try not to. Legs are strong, reach up, extend up through your fingertips, press through your feet, spin your back foot parallel with the edge of the mat for Warrior Two. Keep everything engaged. Keep pressing into your feet, engaging all of your quads, squeezing your belly in and up, ribs back, extend through your fingertips, gaze over your front hand. Hold this and breathe. And then cartwheel your hands down to frame your front foot. Step back. Come into your vinyasa or just meet in down dog. Then drop your knees to the mat. We're going to come seated. Extend your legs out in front of you for a forward fold. So first, get settled, extend your legs, press into your feet, flex your feet, sit up tall. And if you know you have tight hamstrings, you can start to bend your feet a little bit. Actually, no, everybody bend your knees. Bring your thighs towards your torso. Keep this glued together. Grab your feet, start to walk your feet out and go as far as you can until your torso and your thighs start to come apart. Once they start to come apart, stop. Let your head hang heavy. Keep pressing your feet into your hands as you pull back with your arms. Then release. Come back up. Bend your right knee to the outside of your left thigh. We're going to go into one of our twists. So inhale your arms up and slowly twist to the right. Remember, we're twisting above the navel. So engage your core muscles. Press your right foot into the mat to start engaging your hip flexor muscles. Then twist to the right only to where your body wants to go today. So don't just force the twist to make it look good. And then open your shoulder. Maybe gaze back if that feels good for you. And release. Come back through center. Extend your right foot. Bend your left knee. Same thing on the other side. So place your left foot on the outside of your right thigh. Inhale your arms up. Engage your core. Twist to the left. Left tricep on the outside. Right tricep on the outside of your left thigh. And maybe look over your left shoulder. If this is a lot for you, you can always just stay here. There are always modifications, so don't think that you have to push yourself to look a certain way. It's more about what you feel than how you look. And then exhale, come back towards center. All right, bend your knees. Lay on your back. Heels toward your hips, knees are straight up and down. We're going to come into our bridge pose, which is a back bend, as we know now. So check your foundation. Where are your feet pointing? Straight ahead. Knees are up. Legs are squeezing toward each other. They're not touching, but they're squeezing toward each other. You can either grab the sides of the mat with your hands, if that feels better for your shoulders, or you can interlace your hands under your glutes. All right, so press into your feet to lift your hips. Squeeze your glutes toward your heels. And then press into your shoulders to lift your chest and the back of your head to lift your chin. Then release everything down. Place your feet to the outside edges of your mat and let your knees fall in. And you can just let your arms rest either in a little, like a goalpost shape or a T. And just give your spine a minute to reset. Then let your knees fall over to the right side. It's also known as double diamond pose. Bring your knees back toward the center and let them fall toward the left. Bring your knees back up toward the center. And we're going to, we haven't talked about Shavasana yet, so let's take a little Shavasana and talk about it for a minute. So Shavasana is your final resting pose or a deep resting pose. And the typical way you take Shavasana is to extend your legs out, take up space, let your arms fall heavy to the sides, let everything get very heavy, and just let gravity take over. This is where you're letting, you're allowing all of the work that you just did in the practice to kind of embed itself into your body and your muscles and your bones and your joints and your ligaments and your state of calm, your final state of calm. So you can do a body scan here if you'd like, if that helps you relax. You can start with your feet and just kind of do a mental scan of your body and just see how you feel. You can tense up different parts of your body, starting with your leg muscles. You can tense them up and then let them relax, and then tense up your thighs, let them relax. Tense up your glutes, let them relax. Tense up your core, let it relax. Tense up your arms, and that's kind of a nice way just to make sure your entire body is in a relaxed state. But the goal of Shavasana is to find a place where you can be still and you can be calm and you can focus on your breathing and let all your thoughts fade away just for a few moments. Just solidify the practice that you just did. So whatever you need to do, we're going to take a quick little Shavasana right now if you would like to practice. You can start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Start to wake up a little bit. Then as you're ready, you can roll on to one side. Let your head rest on your arm as if it were a pillow. And as you're ready, start to press yourself up into a comfortable seat, keeping your eyes closed. Hands can be on your knees, palms down or palms face up, or to the center of your chest if you'd like, in prayer position. Thank you so much for joining me for this Beginners series. I hope it was helpful for you to get a little bit of breakdown on how yoga works. And I'm really glad that you took the time to learn something for yourself. I hope to see you in future yoga classes, and as always, if you have questions, let me know. Have a great day. Namaste.